Harambe YouTube, it's Tuesday, the day before the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day, and I'm going to get you hip to what you should be looking for in the stores tomorrow. This is my list of books that I am personally reading and enjoying, and other titles that I may not be reading, but I think you might enjoy. So buckle in, we're going to start off with a couple of books that are out already, but I think are very, very notable. Starting with the second printing of Narco. I missed this the first time. I literally waited one day to place my order and it sold out before the date it was even supposed to drop. I got the second printing and I really enjoyed it. It is like a psychological thriller, horror, mystery. It has a very ambiguous ending, but in a good way. And they're doing a lot of interesting world building with the art and the writing. So definitely check out Narco from Image Comics. Get number one if you can. Number two should be dropping pretty soon. And guess what? It is going to be on my shopping list. Next, a book that I unfortunately did not get hip to for the first issue. It is One Last Trick, number one. This is like Cyberpunk meets Stargate meets Outbreak. Very, very cool, futuristic, cyberpunk-esque horror story. Really enjoy it. Highly suggest you check it out. The art is impeccable. The writing and the lore building is A1 as well. But definitely for me, the art really stood out and the great writing was just the cherry on top. And then last but not least, certainly, I think this, don't take my word for it because I am a collector and a reader and not a speculator. But I really do believe that this will be a key issue of G.I. Joe, the Energon Universe run. And that is G.I. Joe number 20. Because you have two big things here. If you do not know, the Energon Universe is the shared universe between G.I. Joe and the Transformers. And in this issue, two major things happen. You get the meeting between Optimus and Duke, the leaders of their respective teams. Very, very iconic moment. Two, again, to reuse the word again, icons of my childhood coming together. And that was great. But also, spoiler alert, coming in 3, 2, 1, this is a backdoor pilot or a soft launch, if you will, for a Mask comic book. When I say Mask, I mean M-A-S-K. I forgot what it stands for. It was a toy line for my youth. I think it's Mobile Army, something with an S, something with a K. But it was a great series. Actually, let me get this out here. Featured, oh man, it's dusty. But you see here on my mantle, we have this 57 Chevy Bel Air. But let's dust it off a little bit. You twist the top. It becomes a tank-like vehicle. Look at this. This was my favorite toy as a child. And I bought it again as an adult collector because I loved it so much. They had a series, they had a wonderful toy line. And it was really a kind of a cross between the Transformers and the G.I. Joe. You had these little 3-inch figures that came with these cars, all different transformations and personalities. And this was my favorite. And so they're going to be starting through Image Skybound, part of the Energon Universe, a new Mask series. So definitely get G.I. Joe number 20 in the Energon Universe and be on the lookout for Mask number 1 from Image and Skybound. And we know that with all of the integration that's going on with these toys, with Hasbro, and we're going to have another very cool integration with Hasbro coming up in the preview ahead. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm thinking that we're going to get more Mask toys, possibly in an affordable price range. Because right now they have a series of Mask vehicles that are out, that are facsimiles, recreations of the 80s toys, but those are in the $100 price point range, something that I am not willing to go. So I got this off eBay. I might get a couple more off eBay, but if we can get some more of these mass toys in a more affordable price range because of this, I am all for it and very excited about it. So we talked about the stuff that's already out. Let's get into the new stuff. I'm going to try to make this part quick because I spent a lot of time talking about stuff that's already out. So, buckle in, let's go. Starting with, from Dynamite Comics, we have Archie and the Army of Darkness, number 3, 2 great franchises, 1 book. And that's from Dynamite Comics. Next, from Dynamite Comics, we have Thundercats and the Silverhawks, number 1. Another crossover. And then, from IDW, we have Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater presents Romeo and Juliet from IDW. Now, these 3 I am not reading, but like I said, these are big properties, crossovers, books that may be novel in your collection, and that Thundercats and that Godzilla Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater presents Romeo and Juliet are number 1s. So that's why I put them on the list. Next, we have Blood and Thunder, number 12 from Image / Skybound Comics. That is a book that I'm really enjoying. It is a sci-fi space epic featuring a bounty hunter and her sentient gun. Very fun stuff. And then next, we have G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 327. And that is from the long-running series since the 80s force, still being written by Larry Hama. So definitely check that out. And then I mentioned a crossover before. Now, last week, a very cool thing happened. Last Wednesday, as a recording, we got the new G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard. This is a very cool action figure that I will actually be uploading the unboxing of and the review of tomorrow, so tune in for that. A great action figure, but I don't think this is a coincidence. A week later, we're getting G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Silent Missions, Crimson Guard, number 1, featuring this very Crimson Guard action figure, the character that it's based on. So that's some company synergy right there. Hasbro puts this out last Wednesday, and then we have Image / Skybound putting the comic book out the following Wednesday. So I'm definitely getting that into my collection. Have it ordered and in the mail right now. Next, we have from Image Comics / Todd McFarlane Productions, King Spawn, number 54, and Spawn, number 374. If you're wondering what the difference between the two are, it is the same character, Al Simmons Spawn, in the same timeline, but 2 separate storylines. Think of it as an A and B plot. Next, we have from Image, I believe it's Skybound as well, White Sky, number 1, is getting a second printing. They're already on issue number 2, and I'm really enjoying it. It is a post-apocalyptic story. I am really digging it myself. Some people said it was underwhelming. I really liked it from the art and the true sense of suspense that it built. So check that out. Next, we have the Paper Girls Backpack Edition, Volume 2 trade paperback. Paper Girls, I actually discovered it from the Prime Video series. It was one series, a sci-fi time-traveling thing. Very fun stuff. Then I got into the comic books. I actually have volumes 1 through 3, and I have the backpack edition of number 1. Next, we have Dead by Daylight, the Hillbilly, number 1. I guess it's based on the video game. It's from Titan Comics. I read the first series. I had no idea it was a video game. It was just a very cool horror book, in my estimation, and I'm really looking forward to Dead by Daylight, the Hillbilly. Next, we have another number 1 from Oni Press called Estuary, A Ghost Story, #1 issue. And then we have another called Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief, #1, from Ignition Press. And then we have a couple of #1s to go through. We have Neighborhood Watch, #1, Boom Studios. To be honest with you, it looks like it's going to be a very well drawn book and a very well written book, but the story isn't something that appealed to me. So I'm putting on the list because I think you might dig it. I think it's going to be a high quality story, but it just wasn't my personal taste. Next, we have Pretty Hate Machine, #1, from Matt Kid Comics. And then finally, we're going to end off with Something Is Killing the Children from Boom Studios. #46 is dropping. It seems like we're getting these further and further apart. I really, really love this series. It is highly critically acclaimed. It's going to be getting I believe either a series or a movie here soon. And it is one of the most highly touted comic books currently, and for a good reason. It is horror at its best, and it has an ever-expanding universe of books. But Something Is Killing the Children is the mothership of all these other books, like House of Slaughter and so on and so forth. So check them out when you go to your local comic book store or order online. Be on the lookout. And if there's anything that you're looking forward to that I missed, let me know in the comments down below. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow for that Crimson Guard action figure unboxing and review, and I will see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. You know I will. And get this issue, G.I. Joe #20, Image /Skybound Comics. I'm out.